A major challenge to the ceasefire between Israel and Hamas as Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announces powerful strikes in Gaza. It comes after Israel says Hamas opened fire at Israeli forces in southern Gaza. They also say Hamas has refused to return the bodies of hostages. Medical officials at the Ali Arab say several people were killed and injured in an Israeli airstrike on Gaza City. The strike targeted a home in the Sabra neighborhood in the city's southern part inside the Yellow Line, from which Israeli forces had previously withdrawn, according to reporters on the ground. An Israeli airstrike also hit the Shati refugee camp west of Gaza City. Joining us now is Daniel Flesch from the Allison Center for National Security. Daniel, thank you so much for joining us.
Pleasure to be here, Veronica.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu accuses Hamas of breaking the ceasefire after returning remains that did not belong to any of the 13 hostages still unaccounted for. Where do things stand now for peace in the region?
Well, before we talk about peace in the region, let's first talk about some sort of stability and security in Gaza. We're having right now is kind of a tale of two Gazas that are developing. One on the Israeli side of the demarcation line called the Yellow Line, where the IDF still operates inside Gaza. You actually have calls to begin reconstruction and rebuilding parts there. Now, it's a minority a percentage of the Palestinian population that lives in that area of Gaza, but nonetheless, with the IDF in control, there is effective security and stability. It is on the other half of Gaza, the other side of the Yellow Line, where you're seeing this conflict persist and continue. You mentioned earlier, rightly, that Hamas has violated the terms of the ceasefire from day one in not releasing all the hostages. They still retain 13 deceased hostages they've not yet returned to Israel. And also, they've been attacking IDF soldiers, and Israel's been responding. So right now, it is a take it day by day situation. And the president and the vice president actually just said earlier today that the ceasefire is holding, which is true. And each day brings a new challenge for Israel and for America in this region.
Now, to your point, looking at Hamas's actions, what do these violations signal about the current military or political objectives of Hamas?
Well, their objective has always been to survive. At the base level, that's what they want to do, to demonstrate that they can commit the October 7th invasion and massacre of Jews, Israelis, Americans as well, and survive that. You know, the president's plan called for them to disarm and no longer be a part of Gaza's governing structure going forward, and they rejected that right away. And there's no force that's going to make them disarm, short of likely the Israel Defense Forces, although right now, Israel obviously does not want to continue with that mission. And so moving forward, you're going to have the president in the region, the vice president, and the secretary of state all in Israel within a matter of a few days of each other last week to try to see what sort of international force can be brought together from other Arab and Muslim partners to actually institute security and stability in the Hamas-controlled part of the Gaza Strip. That still remains to be seen how that's going to come together, though.
This isn't the first flare-up of violence since the ceasefire was agreed on. One happened, of course, last week. What has kept all-out war from breaking out again?
Well, it's mainly that Israel's, beginning on October 8th, really has executed a remarkable campaign to defeat most of its enemies on its borders and further afield. Culminating in the 12-day war with the United States against Iran this summer. Israel has defeated Hamas right now. They're still working on disarming them. They defeated Hezbollah in Lebanon. The Assad regime in Syria has fallen. You had, again, the strikes against Iran, responding to previous strikes Iran had inflicted on Israel itself. And the Houthis in Yemen have been fairly quiet right now. So there has been a regional war for the better part of 2 years, but that's over now thanks to the IDF's military campaign against its enemies. And right now, Israel's interest is ensuring that Gaza does not pose a threat to it. It's been 2 years of war, the longest war in Israel's history. Most of the IDF is comprised of reservists, those in their mid-20s to mid-40s who have jobs and families and need to get back to work and see their loved ones at home. So Israel's interest, particularly with the United States behind it and President Trump's personal engagement in this issue, is giving the president the space to see if his vision can come to fruition.
Daniel Flesch, thank you so much.
Thank you.